Welcome to T2T with Tom Pfeiffer and Ty Martin.
I ordered the Nova 30 Vintage. It's kind of like a Fang style putter.
Let's see here. Nova, what was it? Nova what?
Nova 30 Vintage putter.
Okay.
I got it.
So what you can do is you can actually present it. It's right here, share, and then you can actually show it. Is this what you're talking about right here?
Hang on, I got to enlarge the screen.
Old.
I got the.
This one looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I like the like the contour lines, I like that design. It looks like a speed back old like Camaro thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot. I mean, I got a really good deal on it, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully you got it for less than 199.
I got it for 163 shipped.
There you go.
And honestly, he hasn't even charged me yet for it, so
that's free then.
I mean, I messaged him and I go, hey, if you the promotion right now is if you buy a putter, you get a set of Tech X irons, right? So we'll see what shows up.
Yeah, right. So it looks like someone made it like in the garage.
Well, I was gonna go with like that's a 2024 model, and I was looking at the 2025s, and they're all 3D printed, and I was like, you know, I've dabbled with different putters over the years, and I just, you know, I've had mixed results, and I didn't want to spend, you know, $300-400 on a putter.
Yeah.
So I was like, for this price, I mean, I can sell it if I don't like it.
Yeah, the one that I have right now, I just bought last year is this one right here, and it's used for my for one of my former students.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
I like that the shaft doesn't have a bend. It's straight. And I think the one that I got it's got a smaller bend to it. So
yeah, it looks like there is like a really like a small bend like right here, but that, I mean, other than that, it's pretty darn straight. Yeah, I don't like it on the line itself. For some reason, when like when you had the shaft right in the middle of the club, it feels like I'm going to like shank it or something and like hit the. I don't know. It's just for me. It looks weird. Because I'm so used to.
Look at the bend though on that picture there. Yeah. So I mean, again, I'm just like I'm gonna give it a shot and see if I like it. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a full 3/4 offset.
Yeah.
But I was like, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at the description on the right there. All right, scroll back. You know, paired with LA Golf's descending loft face technology. I mean, for $163, I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah.
My rep is sending me some extra weight so I can make it a little heavier because I prefer a heavier putter.
Yeah, for only 4 payments and 0% interest for $17.87 a month.
Yeah, no, I figure what the hell, give it a shot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had my Scotty for, geez, I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
You know, but
what kind of Scotty is it?
I have a Newport 2 from like probably 2012.
Is it a blade like one of those blade ones? Yeah. What's your length? What's your shaft length?
34.
34. See, I have a 34, and I'm thinking of actually even getting it shorter. I might even do like a 32. I don't know. The reason why you want a shorter shaft is I like leaning over and then having your eye line exactly on the ball line. So that helps with a shorter shaft.
But I figure, you know, for the price, I might as well try it. You know, If I don't like it, I'll let Lindsay try it. Maybe she'll like it and she can use it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, for 160, I mean that's a pretty darn good price for a brand new putter.
Yeah.
Oh
That,
yeah, did you see this? So I actually I clipped one of my buddies this putter right here. Would you
oh, I've seen that before.
would you actually would you actually hit it on a sweet spot, or would you still hit it off the middle of the like? I mean, dude, what
Nobody
kind
on the right or left is safe.
of like that's just crazy. Like I would have zero confidence in using that putter. Like seriously, even if I'm like amazing putter, I would think if I just miss hit it just a little bit. I mean, I guess it would make you focus a lot more to hit it. But I
I
mean,
suppose. Yeah. I mean,
that would be just so scary. That's what came up when I was looking for shortest putter on the PGA Tour. So I
yeah,
just
that's interesting. I've seen that putter before. Maybe not that clip, but I've seen that putter
yeah
before. I think I'd probably get the same results, if not worse.
yeah.
I mean, we played last Saturday, and it was I shot a 79, and I missed 7 birdie putts, and they were all within 10 feet.
Well, that's amazing that you did that.
It was it's one of those things that it's like I was so frustrated with, I was so irritated with, and then the next day, I think it was like some golf page that I follow on Facebook, and it said the guy that shoots 79 is mad, but the guy that shoots 79 for the first time is over the moon. I was like, it is. That's about as factual as you can get.
yeah, yeah. Um, well, speaking about that, like, um, I had an opportunity to go pretty low, and I just missed it. Where just same thing like you, I had like probably like 4 or 5 10, 15 foot putts for like either birdie or in par, and I just could not convert. Either got a bogey or just missed the birdie. And easy par. I mean, I'll take easy par all day, every day. But it's just one of those things. Is like you think you can go really low, and it'd be really nice to do, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way. It just does. The ball does not roll in, and then some days it's like it rolls in, and you're 40, 50 feet out, and just the ball is just pouring in the hole, and it's just like you can't miss the hole. It's like the size of a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah,
So.
it's funny because out of those 7 birdie putts, I think I had 2 or 3 that were 3 or 4 foot putts.
Yeah.
And I lined it up. I looked at it. I'm ready to go, and just completely mishit. And then I had probably 2 or 3 holes where I was putting for par, and I was 3 or 4 feet out, and I just walked up nonchalantly, right in. And
Yeah.
it's like I should just be doing this for my birdie putts.
Yeah, I know. What who is it that does that? I think Victor Hovland does that or something like that, where they don't do practice swings or anything like that. They just line up their ball and then they just go. So there's a couple of professionals that do that, and I just can't. I'm not thinking today, but I just can't think of it. But there's a couple pros that don't even practice, and then just go. Um, they also talk about like the ball and lining up the ball. Sometimes some people it really works really well in lining up the ball to the hole or where you want to hit the ball to, and then some stats say that just throwing the ball down and just kind of like having your mind's eye on where the line is and just using that instead of having some kind of some kind of like restraint as far as like lining up your ball. So like being very athletic. So a lot of people will say don't line up your ball at all and just be athletic and just put the ball at the hole. And maybe you're one of those guys that you don't need to line it up. Maybe that constrains you and like maybe gets you in that box and you feel kind of like, you struggle with like it has to be perfect instead of let's just be athletic and let's just put the ball to the hole. I don't know.
Well, I mean, so say you hit your tee shot and you have a favorable lie in the fairway, or you're just off the fairway in the rough. Do you take practice swings?
Yeah, I take practice swings every time. I only take one. Like I take one practice swing. I just want to feel what it feels like. I For me, it just gives me another opportunity to like loosen up a little bit and to feel that swing for that shot. What do I want to do? Do I want to shape it? So that's why I do a practice swing.
And I kind of feel that the only time that I ever take a practice swing, and it's normally only one, and if that first one is complete trash, then I'll do it again.
Yeah.
But that's only if I don't have an unfavorable lie. Otherwise, I walk up, I get my grip how I want it, and it's just I don't take a practice swing if I have a favorable lie.
Yeah. For me, so the one swinger is usually a perfect, like, not like a perfect lie, but a pretty darn close, like a great lie. The reason why I would actually just practice swing just once is because, I mean, you might have the ball just a little bit below your feet. You might have the ball above your feet, and it might be just a little bit of incline or decline. And you might want to just practice swing once just to feel, okay, well, I would have just topped that ball, or whoa, I would have hit that one fat. So I just like the contour of the ground, make sure that okay, this is kind of level, so let's just go after it. Or hey, this is actually below my feet, let's make sure that I keep that club head down a little bit longer than what I'm supposed to. So
okay, I guess when I say favorable lie, I mean like basically a level. I don't want to say
flat.
perfect. I don't want to say a perfect lie, but like
A
if I
flat
got
one.
a favorable lie, but the ball's below my feet, I'll take a practice swing above my feet, so forth. I guess I mean, just like a flat, almost level, perfect swing.
Yeah, I'll still take one.
Yeah,
I won't be taking like more than one or two, but I also play really fast too. So
so do I, and that's like I'd say
if you're an amateur and you're taking more than two swings, like practice swings, then you shouldn't be golfing, in my opinion. Or you should be like, hey, you know what? Let's just move on.
well, no,
Those
you
those
should be playing.
those three or four swings extra. No, it's like one or two, and then let's just call it a day. You're not a professional. You're not making money on the course. Let's get that shot over with, and let's move on to the next shot.
Yeah. No, I get it. We're this Sunday we're golfing with another couple, and she's extremely amateur, very new beginner, which is fine. That's great. Good for you to get out and play. They go out and play a lot of par three courses. Just because she's just not there yet, and he's definitely on the beginner side too. He's only been playing for a few years, and they only play 9, and I they are extremely nice people, love them to death, but I have a feeling this is going to be a very long 9 holes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can always guide them too and say, hey guys, just pick up pace of play, or hey,
Yeah, but
but
at the same time, where do you stop? I mean, you don't want to.
well, you don't want to be a dick, but you also want to be, like, there's the etiquette portion of it. Be a teacher instead of like, someone that's like being like really pushy. I'm just saying, like, you would just talk to him in a way where you would approach him and be like, hey, sometimes, that shot doesn't require 4 practice swings. I usually just do 2. If you notice, like, or like say, hey, watch me. I just do 1 practice swing and then I just go. You don't have to swing 4 times, So
Yeah, I get
just be a nice way of doing it. Just be like, hey, dude, you suck. Just hit the ball and let's just go. You don't.
Oh no, I'd never do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Again, they're nice people. They're good friends of ours. It's going to be a little different than what we normally play on the weekends. So,
I mean, I've talked to my buddy before. Like, so one of my really good friends, he was a very slow player. Like every shot was like methodical, and it literally took like freaking like a minute or two. I'm like, after a round, I'm like, dude, you got to pick this up, man. I love you to death, but dude, like, the round should have been over like a half hour ago. Like seriously, like let's, you don't need like I even said like we're not professionals, dude. Like just you don't need to take that many practice swings. You don't have to think about it as much. I think also if you think about it too much, you're gonna shank it more or mishit it more, anyways. So
Right.
like for me, I love walking, so I walk up to my ball all the time. So as I'm walking up to my ball, I'm like, okay, so what's the lie? As I'm walking up. So I'm not even at my ball yet. So as I'm walking up to the ball, I look at like the wind. Okay, where's the wind coming from? What's the lie looking like? How far do I think this ball is from the green? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's a 7-iron, 6-iron. Then I get to the ball, I hit exactly the yardage. Oh, it is a 7-iron. I get to my 7-iron. Okay, how do I want to shape it? This is all before I basically kind of like address the ball. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, this is what I want to do. Practice swing. Okay, that felt great. And then swing. Okay, so me over the ball, it is probably less than like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Practice swing is 10, 15 seconds, and then then another 10, 15 seconds to hit the ball. So like I'm literally like, as I'm walking up, I'm already deciding on what I'm going to do, and then if that's correct, then I do it. So
Yeah, no, I get that. I
yeah,
mean,
and
like
that,
this is no disrespect to Lindsay or anything, but we'll get back to this, but she's been playing the white tees a lot lately. We'll get back to that, but she doesn't hit the ball as far as I do. She's normally hit the ball 2 or 3 times. By the time we get to mine, I get time as we ride to look to see where my ball's at, and I get to look, same thing as you, what's the lie, where we at, what's the wind. So I get that time in the cart to go to that. So I totally agree with you. I mean, I get it. So the last, I think 4 rounds that we've been out, if the reds and the whites are really close to each other, like I'm talking 20, 30 yards, she's been playing the whites, and she's been playing really well and scoring well. Basically, it's par 5s. She's playing the reds, or a long par 3 that she plays the reds. But other than that, she's been playing the whites with the guys, and she's been succeeding well. Her drivers, I can't even tell you how much better her driver has been from middle of last year till now.
and do you know why that is?
Well, she's added a lot of distance.
Well, I mean, is it like, has she gotten lessons? Has she been practicing more? Has she been playing more? Why is she hitting it so much further now?
We play a lot more, and a lot of the tips that I give her, the tips that I gave her, and kind of, I don't want to say lessons, but when we work on things, I'd say beginning of last year till now, she's actually finally turning into making the adjustment. And it's astronomically different of what she's been doing. And, like we played last weekend, we ended up playing the back 9 with 2 gentlemen, super nice guys. We played the white tees, and she outdrove one of the guys, I think 3 times. It's just, she's really starting to understand the rolling the hands over and not pulling the ball and not dropping her shoulder. And it's coming through.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, my wife's been playing in league, and she plays from the whites because it's a very short course. It's Brookfield Hills, and so it's an executive course, so there's no par 5s. And then in the league, we just all play from the whites no matter what. It doesn't matter if you're a girl or guy or whatever. So play from the whites. Everyone has the same opportunity, and so my wife also, she'll outdrive some guys, and she'll outdrive me once in a while too, especially if I hit in the woods or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, she can get after it once in a while, and she was a softball player, a tennis player, and things like that. And so she can hit pretty far. I would say probably around 200 yards. Like between 175 and 200 yards. for her drives. So
Yeah, that's probably right about Lindsay too. I know
yeah,
last week she hit a couple, not wind assisted or elevation assisted, but she had a couple last week that I think they flirted with 225, 230, and it
oh
was.
nice.
And then her 3-wood, she's normally 190 yards. She'd use her 3-wood, and she just laced one, and it hit the center of the green, rolled off the back, and down the back slope of the green. And she's like, "How far did I hit that?" And I looked at her. I'm like, "Farther than your driver."
Yeah, well, it's not, and that's the crazy thing is like my wife hits her 5-wood almost better than her driver. And it's just because, you get solid contact once in a while and it's just like, holy cow, and she just hits that 5-wood. I think it's also the length of the club though that helps. It's a little bit shorter than her driver. So she's a little bit closer to closer to the ball, because she, obviously she's a little bit shorter than, me. So, a shorter club probably is actually better for her. Maybe her driver should be cut, down like 2 inches or something like that. But, anyways, so she does hit her 5. That's like our favorite club in the bag is like, oh, I'm like, I'm like 150 to 170 out. I'll hit my 5-wood, like every time, or like, hey, I'm really far away. I'll just hit my 5-wood, so that's,
So does she play ladies clubs?
she actually plays guys clubs and she chokes down. She's too we were too lazy. She's had that set for like 15 years. So
Okay. See, and I've got Lindsay in a ladies set, and she's Cobra driver through gap wedge, and then she's got a Cleveland putter.
yeah.
But I think I could probably take half-inch offers because she's shorter.
Yeah. Well, for Amber, she doesn't play enough to like really. I mean, obviously, it would probably really help her if she does, have a woman's set.
Is she playing a regular flex in men's?
Yeah, it's all regular. Yeah.
Have you thought about maybe putting
regular.
her in a senior flex? Because
I mean,
I think Lindsay's next set that I get her, I'm going to put her in a senior flex, but I'm going to have them cut down to ladies' length.
I agree because like her swing speed isn't as fast. So, bring it down just a little bit and have that extra flex. She could probably hit it a little bit further.
And I think that's the route I'm going to go on her next set. But I mean, she's progressing every single round. I mean, obviously we have the bad ones as we've discussed plenty of times, but I just almost feel, I mean, I'm going to fit her for her next set.
That's actually good. So something to think about too is like the long distance driver, like contest guys, they actually have like the flexiest flex driver shafts out there. But they are obviously like, technology enhanced and stuff like that. But they're like, yeah, I play like a senior flex. And you're like, what? And he's like, yeah, it just, it flexes more. And then you get that huge trampoline effect, with the face, and, you can hit the ball even further. And just like, you don't really think about it, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to transition from something else? You want to talk about the PGA Tour since we've been gone for a couple weeks?
The PGA is playing. I mean,
I think so. There was a really big tournament a couple weeks ago that we kind of talked about, and obviously our winners. You were close with yours with Burns, but
was Burns my underdog?
Yeah, Burns was your dark horse, your underdog.
Who was my pick though?
Oh, jeez, am I supposed to remember your pick? I don't even know. Mine was Rory. I mean, he finished 19th. So I mean, And then my dark horse was, who was it? It was Fox, and he finished 19th as well. So Ryan Fox and Rory McIlroy is the two that I picked. But you picked Sam Burns, and he was right there until the final round, and he shot a +8 at the U.S. Open, which is kind of faded away there really quickly. But he was there, man.
Did I take Hovland?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, Victor Hovland, that's right. So you had two guys right there in the top 10.
Well, I mean, Hovland was third.
Yeah, I know. Top 10, baby. Top three.
Well, and it was, I mean, the U.S. Open. That was a hell of a finish.
Yeah, that was fun to watch in
You
the
know,
rain,
yeah.
and then Victor Hovland's like, you know what? I'm just gonna hit just a little bit outside of you, JJ Spawn, so you can see my putt. I heard that JJ Spawn actually did give Victor Hovland some kind of present or something or gift after the U.S. Open. I don't know exactly what it was, but kind of like saying like thanks for letting me know what that putt did, kind of thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, McIntyre though, I really good sportsmanship. While he was in the clubhouse watching this all happen, when JJ Spawn hit that 64 footer, he just clapped and said, "Wow, congratulations," kind of thing. So that was kind of cool to see. I mean, the thing is, you play awesome, right? And just someone else just played a little bit better than you, and you just got to take your hats off for that person, and that happened to just be JJ Spawn. And I've been giving so much shit to JJ Spawn the whole season. And I'm like, oh, who is this guy? So like, since week one, and then he comes up on top. I mean, could you imagine if you won the players too? Beat Rory. I mean, shoot, you'd be like on fire going in the open. Going to the Open.
Well, I thought, and I might be wrong on this. I mean, just because we're not weekly at the current moment, but I thought I saw something that JJ Spawn got up at like 3 a.m. because one of his kids was sick.
Yeah, his daughter.
Yeah, and he went to CVS to get stuff, and then for her, and basically didn't go back to bed. He just did what he had to do, and then went to the course.
Yeah, that could have almost benefited him, maybe. Could have. He also said something like Tiger Woods said something to him about like just stay in the moment and like stay consistent. Don't do anything stupid. And sure enough, he kind of just stayed consistent throughout the whole week, and he was just on top. He didn't really blow up on big time, and he just stayed very consistent. And just everyone else just fell, and he just rode the wave.
So just speaking of past tournaments, did you see them talking about last weekend about Tommy Fleetwood's putt that could have hit obstruction?
Yeah, so I was watching that. I think it was a ball mark or something like that. That's what it looked like to me. That like if you see it, it kind of bounces up and then kind of kicks just a fraction to the right, and he missed it to the right. So I mean, if you think about it, I mean, welcome to our world. Muni courses, man, ball marks everywhere, dead grass, these professionals are so used to pristine conditions, and obviously they're so much better than us, but you would think, you would putt, and your putt would go straight, but no, it sure enough, it did hit something about like, it wasn't even half, it was like 3/4 of the way there already. So it was past halfway, and it hit something brown. It looked like a ball mark to me. And it bounced up and then kicked to the right, just a touch, and not a whole lot, but you still,
But at the same time, can you blame that putt on his fourth round? He shot 16 under through 3 rounds. He had a 3-shot lead over Keegan Bradley with overall through 3 rounds, and he shot a +2 on day 4. I don't think you can. Looking at the leaderboard for round 4, if you go through, he shot +2 and finished tied for second. If you go down the leaderboard, the next person that shot over par was tied for 17th with +2. There's a lot of golfers that shot under par on round 4. So can we really blame that putt on losing the tourney?
Well,
I don't think you can. He had such a big lead.
Well, the thing is that didn't he 3-putt the last hole?
I know he missed. I know that was his par putt that had the but again though, he still shot +2, and in the top tied for 17, only 2 golfers were over par. Oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. 3. Nick Taylor was +1. So 3 golfers in if that was winner through top or tied for 17th. Only 3 golfers were +1, and there was one.
I'm trying to look at his last 2 holes.
20,
I think he's
24 golfers and only 3 were plus.
yeah.
He on 18 he bogeyed 18.
Yeah, I know. And then didn't he kind of struggle on 17 as well?
He parred 17.
What about 16?
Bogey. He went 16 through 18. He went bogey, par, bogey.
Yeah, so that's what I think he 3-putted on 16 then and 3-putted on 18.
Well, 16 was a par 3.
Okay. There was something where he kind of like maybe it was 18 his leg putt was just awful, and that's dude, you gotta get that ball a lot closer than what he did. I for some reason I can't pull up the stupid Travelers Championship. I can't look at his last hole. I wish I could look at his last hole like we can. The PGA Tour. How can I do that?
Stupid. I can't remember where we found it. I'm on PGA's website, and I can't remember. There was a way that we
stuck on Rocket Classic, which is this weekend. I don't want that one. I want the stupid. I want Travelers. I don't want this week's. Can't think of a schedule. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, it would be. It's nice that the PGA Tour you can look at everyone individual holes. Complete full schedule. Here,
but I mean, he birdied 11 and 13, and he bogeyed 16 and 18. Otherwise, he was par across the back. Yeah. But again, I'm just saying, out of 24 golfers, only 3 were over par on round 4.
Yeah, let's see this. Yeah, I mean, I agree.
I mean, JJ Spawn, your best friend, he was the best and through those 24 at 7 under.
All right, I got it now. I got it. It took me a little finagling, but I got it now. So yeah. So if you looked, he actually shot par on the back 9. He was +2 on the front.
Yeah.
So if you look at 18. Let's see here. First shot, second shot. Yeah, he 3-putted.
So he drove the green on 18.
Well, it's a par 4, right?
Oh yeah, it's a par 4. My bad. Sorry.
So he hit it just in the front of the green. Leg putt sucked. He was.
And then he had that putt that had the obstruction.
Yeah. Well, that was his second putt. So if you would have legged up the putt a little bit closer, you probably wouldn't have had that obstruction. So that's what I was saying is like leg putting is so important, especially if you're, let's say 40 feet away from the hole. You need to get that leg putting going. So you need to practice on the greens leg putting.
Well, it's like the hula hoop drill. Think there's a hula hoop around the hole and try to get it as close or within the hula hoop as possible.
Exactly. Let's see here. So yeah, but no, I agree. Tommy Fleetwood was in the plus numbers. He should have been in the negative numbers that round, and he would have won. But Keegan Bradley capitalized on Tommy Fleetwood's poor play in the last round, and he won. And you have picked Keegan Bradley to win a tournament this year. Obviously, it wasn't this one, but you've been kind of on fire for picking players that have won in but for different tournaments. And the same goes for me too with like JT and that.
Yeah.
Something kind of surprising too is Scheffler. Scheffler's right in the mix too, but he kind of struggled a little bit on the third round. Now, when I talk about struggling for Scheffler, he shot
He's
par.
not winning.
Well, no, I think this year he is averaging below 70. Like he's like a 69 point whatever, on average. So he's been like 3 strokes better every round. But in the third round, he shot par. And if he would have basically shot, his average, he would have probably won the tournament last week.
At the Travelers?
Mm-hmm.
I'm showing +2 for round 3.
I see him shooting a 72. So is it +3? Is it 72 +3? +2. So +2.
Yeah, I'm seeing. I was going to say I see him -8, -1.
I'm just saying that his average is 69. So
yeah,
he's below 70. So if he would have shot, his average 69, that would have gave him -2 then, or -1, and he would have been -13, maybe 14. So he'd been right there as well. But I mean, he's still right there, anyways. But yeah, I always forget like different courses have different par. So yeah, it was par 70 for the Travelers, but I'm just saying that he's averaging below par, which is insane. I wish I could average below par every round, especially in a PGA event. But yeah, I mean, Rory was right there too, tied with 6th. Jason Day making an appearance, tied for 4th place. It's good to see him kind of playing a little bit better. But Tommy Fleetwood, they were talking about him kind of, not getting off the tee that long. So he's a more of a short hitter. So he does have a disadvantage when he do hit the ball kind of short off the tee. Again, like I say, if you can hit as far as you can down that fairway, and instead of hitting a 6-iron, you're hitting a 9-iron, you're going to get closer to the hole and you can score better. Yeah. So my advice is always try and hit as far as you can, within reason that you have a good shot to the green, and you should be able to score fairly well. It doesn't have to be in the middle of the fairway. It can be in the rough, but as long as you have a clear shot at the green and you're down there, you should be scoring pretty well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what do you think about the Rocket Classic that started today?
So I am going to look at that right now. I had it up, but then I was going all over the place trying to figure out where the heck Travelers was, and let me click on this. Just one.
You think they're even going to be able to play tomorrow? Because the storms that we got this afternoon into the evening are going to be over there tomorrow.
Are they? Oh yeah, Detroit.
So conditions could be very different tomorrow.
Let's see here. Let's see what the weather looks like. Weather brought to you by Tom Pfeiffer. So it looks like there's going to be...
For you, it's going to be 50% wrong.
It's going to rain. The rock is wet. Nah. It says 55% chance of rain. Humidity is going to be at 68%, which is Wind is going to be 12 miles per hour. So I would say 50-50. No, they're still going to play, though. They're going to try and finish this up, I bet. Rocket Classic. Yeah. So you want to just go through this a little bit, or what do you want to do?
They're saying it's going to be 93 there tomorrow.
93? Okay.
93 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I see the same thing. Yeah, it's going to be
humid as hell. Real feel 101.
That'll be nice to watch them just suffer. That was like last weekend. Yeah, the reason why we couldn't talk about golf last weekend is because we were a little bit busy. I had a garage sale all weekend, so I didn't even watch any of the Travelers.
So you made $17?
Pretty much. It was it was so hot, It was like almost 100 degrees, like heat index, Good thing we had kind of like a breeze going. We had fans going in our garage too, but
it was pretty windy on Saturday and Sunday.
It was.
I mean, we golfed. We teed off at 8:52 or something, and we were done by 1:30. But it was pretty windy and humid. But
I was thinking about
we already discussed that.
Yeah, I was thinking about golfing on Sunday, but I'm like, it's too darn hot. I'm not doing it. There's no way.
So over under for tomorrow, if they get the round in,
They will.
we had 2 people at 10 under. We had 3 at 9 under. You know, that's pretty impressive scores for day one. So with the heat, the humidity, what's the over under on the best round of round 2?
That's a really good question because it's going to be hot and humid, but yet you're going to have it's going to be wet, so the ball is not going to roll out as far. I'm curious if they have lift clean in place, like we were talking about before. You're going to see some low numbers. The reason why is because they'll be able to clean the ball and place it, where they want it and how they want it. Obviously, you're not going to be placing it away from anything, but you'll be able to place it, closest to where the ball was.
Right.
But you get that favorable lie though. So they'll be able to, really, control that ball really well. But if it is not lift clean in place and there's mud on the ball, it's hot, sticky, you're going to see some high scores, I believe. So I'm thinking you ain't going to see -10 probably tomorrow.
I don't think so either. I'd say
62 is pretty darn low, man. I would love to shoot a 62, man. Just be like, oof, that's pretty amazing. 62.
I think I might put the over under with the weather conditions for tomorrow with what they are now, and we know they're going to change overnight, depending on weather trends. I might put the over under on -4.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking -5, so we're right there. Yeah, I think the lowest score would probably be around -5, -6. You ain't going to see 10 though. I have a feeling one person or 2 people are going to be hot. They'll be loving that weather for some reason. Some people play really well in that type of conditions. I remember I played at Dretska and I shot a 34 on the front, and it was just downpouring. We didn't finish the back 9 because it was downpouring so much that we already took a shower and basically outside, and we're so drenched, we're like, screw it, so I eagled number 8.
Jeez.
Yeah,
why does it happen you always shoot a good round when the conditions are crap and when they're perfect? I mean, last week we had 20-mile-an-hour winds, and I was just playing great. I just couldn't putt to save my life.
I had 2 birdies and an eagle on the front to shoot a 34. Obviously 2 bogeys, but I mean, and it was downpouring. It was crazy. But like you said, perfect conditions. I think when it's that miserable out, you're not trying that hard, so then you don't think about your shots, and then all of a sudden it just all clicks. And then when it's perfect out, you're like, I have to play well. It's so nice out. I have to play. I have to go low, but no, it never happens. Right. You put that extra pressure on, right? So yeah, that's why I always say when you play, have really low expectations, because if you have really low expectations, you're not going to get hurt at the end of the round.
All right. So who's your guy that's going to hit your 5 under tomorrow?
Oh,
not winning the tournament. We'll get to that. But who's going to be your guy that's going to hit 5 under tomorrow?
That's a great question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on odds to win.
You cheater.
And the odds to win right now is let's see here. Just give me 1 second. Let me just scroll down just a little bit. I don't think it's going to be Kevin Roy. I don't think I do like Minwoo Lee. He's been in the top, 10 or so in the last couple tournaments. Zach Johnson's could be sneaky. These are just the bigger names I can see right here. I'm going to pick Patrick Cantley, just because you know what, he's due for one. Bitch. You were going to pick him, right?
He was one of mine.
Yeah. I'm
going to take, and I apologize if I butcher your name, Michael Thorbjornsson.
You got it. That was perfect. That was a perfect pronunciation.
Yeah, Thorbjornsson.
Where's he at? I see him.
He's tied for 7th. I'm going to take him to be my guy that hits my over-under. And when I say that, I mean he's going to shoot better than -4.
Thorgerson. Yeah, Thorgerson. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, he's
I'll-
American, so there you go.
I'm gonna take him for tomorrow
You know,
for
yeah,
round 2.
that's nice. I was thinking like Wyndham Clark, but God, dude, he's such a head case, man. Throwing clubs, breaking stuff. I wish he would do a little bit better with that. I know, like, if you ever watch Full Swing, he talks about it. Like, he has like a mental health coach and stuff like that, but
Oh,
obviously ain't working.
yeah. All right. So who do you got to win it all?
To win it all, Scheffler.
Hey, you go ahead, take him. This is the one tournament I'll let you take him. By all means, can we bet on this too?
Right. Oh yeah, by the way, I do owe you a drink, right? Because you got Stark. You got the women's US Open winner.
Yeah. I'm +1 on you right now.
I know. Minwoo Lee. I'm gonna pick him. I like him. Minwoo Lee.
All right.
Even though that Mac Grazersman is actually odds-on favorite to win.
Get out of my head. That's who I was taking.
Were you? Yeah, you were looking at the odds. I knew it.
No, I'm not. I am not looking at the odds. Are you seriously? You were going to take Gracerman?
No. I was going to take Minwoo Lee no matter what. No.
Oh no,
I'm
Gracerman is who.
Yeah.
That's who I was going to take, and I'm like,
well, Vegas has him winning.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like he's odds to win it. Yeah, he's plus 700 if you look at the odds.
No, I'm not cheating. I'm looking at the leaderboard, not Vegas odds.
Well, Minwoo Lee is right behind him with plus 850. So it's going to be one of those two guys.
All right. So who's your dark horse?
Dark horse.
How about I pick first?
Yeah, why don't you pick first since I always pick you guys.
Since you already been like looking in my back pocket pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll take Matt Fitzpatrick.
Matt Fitzpatrick, interesting. That I have to scroll down just a little bit longer. Oh, there he is, tied for 26th.
I'll take Fitzpatrick.
I like that pick because you still have three more days. So I mean, a lot can happen in 3 days, especially with the weather.
Crummy weather tomorrow.
Yep.
I like Matt Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
Since he came on the scene, he's been a favorite of mine. But I'm gonna take him as my dark horse.
I like that. Someone to think about too, and I'm probably gonna pick him as my dark horse because he's actually tied with your boy Matt Fitzpatrick. I'm gonna pick Hideki Matsuyama. I just love his play. It just for some reason it's just not really clicking for him 100%. Like he's obviously won on tour and stuff like that, but like I think one of these years it's just going to click for him and he's just going to win 3 in a row. He has the game for it. He just needs to figure it out a little bit more. But Hideki Matsuyama is going to be my dark horse. And so those are going to be the two that I would pick to like maybe win it. So Minwoo Lee and Matsuyama to potentially win it for me. Is there any other people to think about?
Did you see? There's 18 people tied for -5 after day one.
I know. I was looking at that. I'm like, well, the funny thing is, I was scrolling down. I'm like, holy cow! Like Matsuyama's still minus, like he's in the list of -5. Yeah,
I would say
-4. I mean,
if I wouldn't have taken Fitzpatrick, I'd still be in the -5 group, and I would have gone with Lanto Griffin.
All right, so if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, if you look at Ashton here, he's an amateur. He shot a 78. So there you go.
That was the worst score.
Yep, that was the worst score. +6. The worst score was a +6. I would take that any day.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to do that there.
It's just amazing how good these guys are. I mean, that's
really
your low.
Is.
I mean, he's an amateur, and the lowest score is a +6. Like, oh, there's Joel, fan favorite Joel, Dahmen. He's +2 with a 74. Unfortunately.
Oh, isn't that the pro there?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a fan favorite. He usually wears bucket hats and stuff like that. He's like the funny guy on tour. He's like, haha, the funny guy.
Oh, I'm thinking of somebody else. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I just wish he did. He has won on the tour. I think he's won once on tour last year, I believe. But he hasn't been doing so hot this year though. But oh well.
It's golf.
Yeah, it's hard. Golf is hard. So yeah. So anything else to talk about, or?
I mean, I'm good if you are. We should probably figure out. We should probably get back on here sooner than later instead of taking a week and a half, 2-week hiatus.
Yeah, I can talk. Saturday.
We have a 9:00 tee time. Sunday is supposed to be crappy here. Or I'm sorry, actually Saturday I could. Sunday we have a 9:00 tee time.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I could probably do Saturday morning if you want.
Fun fact: Sunday we're playing at Washington County.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, it's wide open now, so
why is it wide open now?
Well, it's because we're not doing the outing because not enough people signed up for it. So
yeah, wow. There's so many outings that weekend.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe we talk to the golf group, and we put a poll out next year and say, hey, who wants to play? Pick some dates and maybe try to do it a little earlier, maybe do it in May.
Thanks for listening and following and whatnot. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Hopefully you guys play and hopefully you shoot a really low score.
One more thing I want to add is for anybody that doesn't know about Wisconsin Classic Golf Tour, we are working with them and they're helping us out. We're helping them out. We have a coupon code for you guys to get $5 off a pass. It's the T2T 2025. So TEE, the number 2, TEE 2025. You get $5 off your pass. It's a great pass. There's over 130 courses throughout the state that have different rates. Some are days, some are unlimited, some are 4 uses. So go ahead and check out Wisconsin Classic Golf Tour. And again, use the T2T 2025. Get $5 off your pass.
And also, if you're looking for some golf gloves, we also are partnered up with Spiders golf gloves. Okay, so if you want, you can put in that promo code, which is what, Ty?
Oh, geez. Why you gotta ask me? I gotta find it now.
Wisconsin, I believe it's Wisconsin Golf. I think
it
will be behind. It will be on the bottom here. So where I'm pointing, there will be a promo code for us. But yeah, so please use that. You get, I believe it's $5 off, or is it
15%?
15, even better, 15% off your golf club.
It's WI Golf, all caps WI Golf, and it's 15% off all golf clubs.
There you go, 15% off all golf gloves.
It wouldn't surprise me if Ed doesn't try to make his own set of golf clubs in the near future, as he's done so much with softball bats. So
nice. That's even better. That's actually kind of cool. Awesome.
Yes. Known Ed for a very long time. Great guy, local in the Milwaukee area. So support local. Thanks everybody for listening. Go ahead and get your gloves, get your golf tour, and
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody.